What if I told you that most trucks on the road today are ticking time bombs, designed to fail just after the warranty ends? Meanwhile, a handful of legends are quietly racking up 500,000 miles, still hauling, still starting, still refusing to die. Which ones can you buy right now that will outlast you, your neighbor, and maybe even your grandkids? Stick around, because some of these mile-munching beasts will shock you. Number 13. GMC Sierra 3500 HD. This isn't a pickup. It's a rolling monument to endurance. The GMC Sierra 3500 HD is built on commercial-grade DNA, designed for heavy hauling, towing, and punishment most trucks simply can't endure. At its core lies the 6.6-liter Duramax diesel paired with the bulletproof Allison transmission, a duo so respected that entire fleets rely on them. Owners swear by the 3500 HD's ability to shrug off brutal workloads. Stories circulate of contractors pushing past 500,000 miles with nothing more than routine service and a religious dedication to oil changes and fuel filters. You don't drive a Sierra 3500 HD. You live with it. The truck becomes part of your daily grind. The secret is in its build quality. While the interior might feel more workhorse than luxury, under the hood you've got an engine engineered to work 12-hour days for decades. The Duramax diesel doesn't care if you're hauling concrete, towing cattle, or grinding through snow and ice. It just keeps going. When people say the Sierra 3500 HD will outlive you, they aren't exaggerating. This is the kind of truck that doesn't retire. It just gets handed down from one generation to the next. If you want a machine that works as hard as you do and then refuses to stop, this is where the countdown begins. Number 12. GMC Sierra 2500 HD. If the 3500 HD is the heavy artillery of endurance, the Sierra 2500 HD is its slightly leaner but equally determined sibling. Built on the same platform, with the same legendary Duramax diesel option, this truck proves that GMC wasn't kidding around when they promised long-lasting strength. Owners often talk about the Sierra 2500 HD like it's a dependable old friend. It may not win awards for flashy tech or luxury interiors, but that's never been the point. This truck's purpose is to work and to last, in that order. Farmers, contractors, and RV haulers routinely clock 300,000 to 400,000 miles without a major rebuild. And when treated right, it doesn't just survive, it thrives. What sets it apart from competitors is how well the platform balances power and reliability. The 6.6-liter Duramax paired with GMC's rugged chassis feels overbuilt in the best possible way. You don't worry about whether it can handle your trailer, your load, or your weekend getaway. You know it can and will. Sure, maintenance costs on diesels are higher, but think of it as paying into a retirement account that never cashes out. You spend a little more up front, but the reward is a truck that could literally see you through decades of use. The Sierra 2500 HD doesn't just age gracefully, it refuses to age at all. Number 11. Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD. Imagine a truck that can tow nearly 35,000 pounds and still look ready for another day on the job after 400,000 miles. That's the Silverado 3500 HD. Sharing the same Duramax diesel and Allison transmission setup as its GMC twin, this machine was designed with one purpose: to work until you stop asking it to. Truckers often joke that the Silverado 3500 HD will still be idling in your driveway long after your knees give out. And the stories back it up. Owners report trucks crossing the 500,000 mark while still pulling horse trailers, campers, and construction rigs. That's not marketing hype. That's decades of refinement in Chevy's heavy-duty engineering. The beauty of the Silverado 3500 HD is in its no-nonsense durability. While the cabin may lean more functional than fancy, the heart of the truck beats with ironclad consistency. The combination of torque, towing, and sheer toughness makes this one of the most overbuilt pickups in America. If you buy a Silverado 3500 HD, chances are you won't be the last one to own it. These trucks live through generations, and the only thing stronger than their pulling power is their ability to keep showing up. It's not just reliable, it's relentless. Number 10. Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD. When people say Chevy tough, this is the truck they're talking about, the Silverado. 2500 HD may not grab headlines like the flashier half-ton models, but among people who actually use their trucks for work, this is the crown jewel. Why? Because the 2500 HD with the Duramax diesel is practically unkillable. Owners consistently report trucks running past 400,000 miles without complaint. It's the perfect balance of capability and endurance, with a platform built for serious towing and hauling, but refined enough for daily use. Think of it as the working man's luxury. You're not buying bells and whistles. You're buying time, hundreds of thousands of miles of it. And unlike many trucks that feel like ticking clocks the day you drive them off the lot, the Silverado 2500 HD ages like cast iron. Stronger, more reliable, and ready to handle anything you throw its way. The secret sauce? That legendary Duramax diesel V8? It's a power plant with a proven history of outlasting expectations, matched to a frame designed for punishment. You don't just own a Silverado 2500 HD, you depend on it. And when it comes to trucks that could easily outlast you, this one has already proven its case. Number 9. Chevrolet Silverado 1500. Here's where things get interesting. The Silverado 1500 isn't a heavy-duty monster like its bigger brothers, but don't underestimate it. This half-ton has a reputation for living far longer than anyone expects. Take Frank Orsnick, for example. He drove his 1991 Silverado past 1.2 million miles. Let that sink in. Over 1 million miles, with the same truck, still rolling. His secret? Obsessive maintenance and keeping rust at bay. But the fact that the Silverado made it possible tells you everything you need to know. Modern Silverado 1500s may be packed with more electronics, but the underlying formula remains the same. A straightforward design and engines like the 5.3-liter V8 that refuse to quit. Owners on forums brag about passing 300,000 miles like it's nothing, and many push well beyond that. This isn't a truck designed for glamour. It's designed to keep showing up, whether you're hauling gear, commuting, or just relying on it to start every single morning. The Silverado 1500 delivers. And with the right care, it won't just deliver for years, it'll deliver for decades. That's the kind of loyalty most trucks can only dream of. Number 8. Ram 2500. If there's one truck that diesel fans worship, it's the Ram 2500. The magic lies in those 3 letters, Cummins. The Cummins turbo diesel engine has earned a legendary reputation for outliving owners, barns, and sometimes even the farms they were bought to work on. There's a story that gets repeated often, a 2004 Ram 2500 that almost cracked 1 million miles. That truck logged 995,000 before anyone even thought about retiring it. Think about that. Most pickups struggle to see 200,000 without major repairs. But this beast was still pulling heavy loads at nearly 1 million. What makes the Cummins so unstoppable is that it's built to commercial specs. It's not just an engine, it's an industrial machine shoehorned into a pickup body. With the right care, diesel-specific oil, timely fuel filter changes, and a little mechanical respect, these engines reward owners with decades of service. Sure, you'll hear complaints about transmissions occasionally, but when the engine is this bulletproof, the rest of the truck usually falls in line. The Ram 2500 isn't just a pickup, it's a partnership. You give it the attention it needs, and it'll carry you, literally, for hundreds of thousands of miles, more than your neighbor's shiny new half-ton. Number 7. Ford F-250 Super Duty. The Ford F-250 Super Duty is the truck that construction crews, ranchers, and serious haulers call their secret weapon. Why? Because the F-250 packs the famous Power-Stroke diesel engine, an engineering marvel that has become the backbone of Ford's heavy-duty lineup. Owners routinely brag about crossing 300,000 miles, and plenty keep going well beyond that. The F-250 has the bones of a work truck, but the soul of a marathon runner. Its 6.7-liter Power-Stroke diesel isn't just powerful. It's designed to take a beating every single day without folding under pressure. The F-250 shines because it bridges the gap between brute force and long-term dependability. It's not quite as big as the F-350, but it offers plenty of muscle for serious towing while delivering a smoother ride for everyday use. That balance makes it one of Ford's most loyal machines. Yes, diesel upkeep costs more. Oil changes, filters, and fluid checks aren't optional, they're mandatory. But when you see owners pushing these trucks past 400,000 miles, suddenly that maintenance feels like a bargain. The F-250 isn't just built for today's job, it's built to still show up 20 years from now, no matter what you ask of it. Number 6. Ford F-350 Super Duty. If the F-250 is the dependable workhorse, the F-350 is the unshakable giant. This truck doesn't just last, it dominates. The F-350 Super Duty, armed with the same Power-Stroke diesel, ups the ante with even higher payload and towing ratings. For drivers who need a truck that can haul mountains and still drive home without a cough, this is the one. Stories abound of F-350s logging over 500,000 miles while pulling massive loads. Farmers, commercial haulers, and heavy equipment operators swear by this truck's ability to endure the kind of abuse that would bury a lesser pickup. The truth is, Ford overbuilt this platform, and it shows. Of course, diesel upkeep comes at a cost, but the trade-off is simple: unmatched longevity. The F-350 feels like a machine designed to laugh at time, and for many owners, the truck doesn't stop until they stop driving. It's not cheap, it's not light, and it's definitely not subtle. But if your definition of value is measured in decades of use and hundreds of thousands of miles of reliability, the F-350 Super Duty has already won. This is the truck you buy when you want to stop worrying about what's next and just focus on the work. Number 5. Toyota Tacoma. Here's the midsize champ, the Toyota Tacoma. While it might not haul the same weights as a heavy-duty diesel, the Tacoma's claim to fame is simple. It just refuses to quit. These trucks have an almost cult-like following, and for good reason. Consider Mike Neal's 2008 Tacoma. He drove it to 1.6 million miles. Yes, million. Even more remarkable, the first engine lasted him 800,000 before needing a rebuild, and then the truck went right back to work. How many pickups can you name that can rack up that kind of mileage without throwing in the towel? The Tacoma's secret is Toyota's obsession with durability. The simple, robust 4-cylinder and V6 engines, paired with sturdy transmissions, are engineered to take abuse for decades. Sure, the Tacoma isn't the biggest hauler or tower in the lot, but it's the one most likely to keep starting every morning for 20 straight years. Owners love to brag about crossing the 300,000-mile mark without a major hiccup. And unlike some heavy-duty trucks that require costly diesel upkeep, the Tacoma's maintenance is straightforward and affordable. That's why so many Tacomas end up as family heirlooms, passed down from parent to kid like a trusted tool. If you want a midsize pickup that won't just outlive your ownership but could easily outlive you, the Tacoma is king. Number 4. Honda Ridgeline, now this. One surprises people. The Honda Ridgeline isn't your traditional body-on-frame truck. It's unibody, which critics love to knock. But here's the twist. That design makes it insanely reliable. Powered by Honda's legendary 3.5-liter V6, the Ridgeline has proven to be one of the longest-lasting mid-sized trucks on the road. Owners rave about crossing 300,000 miles without anything more than routine maintenance. For daily use, road trips, light hauling, and even weekend adventures, The Ridgeline is practically indestructible. Some people dismiss it because it's not a real truck, but reliability doesn't lie. The Ridgeline's engine and transmission come straight from Honda's greatest hits, platforms known worldwide for lasting decades. Add in a ride that's smoother than most trucks and a cabin that feels built for comfort, and you've got a package that lasts forever while treating you kindly along the way. It may not pull massive trailers like a Super Duty, but here's the thing. Most truck owners don't actually tow 20,000 pounds every weekend. What they do need is something that starts every time, costs little to maintain, and keeps going long after the neighbor's rigs have given up. That's the Ridgeline's sweet spot. If you measure a truck's value by the years it stays in your driveway, not the number of times you visit a repair shop, the Honda Ridgeline deserves a permanent spot on this list. Number 3. Ford F-150. It's the best-selling truck in America for a reason, and it's not just because of slick advertising. The Ford F-150 has a proven ability to keep going long after competitors have hit the scrap pile. But here's the twist. Not every F-150 is built the same. Certain years are pure legends. Take the 1993 F-150. Enthusiasts still rave about its nearly unbreakable build. Or look at the 2003 and 2009 models, which regularly cross 300,000 miles when maintained with care. Even more recent EcoBoost versions, when treated properly, can deliver surprising longevity. It's the kind of truck that refuses to quit if you meet it halfway. Now, because it's the most popular truck on the road, the F-150 has its fair share of horror stories too. That's what happens when millions of them are built every year. But underneath it all, the bones are solid. Engines like the trusty 5.0-liter V8 and the right EcoBoost configurations can reward owners with decades of faithful service. The F-150 is more than just a pickup. It's a cultural icon, the truck that gets you to work, hauls your trailer, and still shows up after 20 years without apology. If you're careful about which model years you pick, you're not just buying a truck, you're buying something that could very well outlast you. Number 2. Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra has a reputation that borders on mythical. This is the truck that rewrote the rules for longevity, and the stories that back it up are jaw-dropping. Take Victor Shepard's 2007 Tundra. He drove it past 1 million miles, with the original engine still intact. Another owner, Aaron Morvant, managed the same feat with his Tundra. And yet another 2014 model has been reported nearing 900,000 miles. That's not a fluke. That's engineering excellence. The Tundra's V8 engines, especially the 4.7-liter and later the 5.7-liter, are built like iron blocks of reliability. Paired with Toyota's obsession with quality control, they create a truck that seems designed to embarrass the concept of planned obsolescence. Owners regularly brag about crossing 300,000 to 400,000 miles as if it were nothing. The newer Tundras bring more technology and comfort, but the DNA remains the same. And that's why you'll find Tundra forums filled with stories of mile counts most trucks can only dream of. It's not about fancy interiors or the latest gadgets. It's about building a truck so durable that owners complain about wear and tear only after nearly 1 million miles. If your definition of value is measured in decades and generations, the Toyota Tundra belongs near the top of this list. Number 1. Ram 3500. And now, the king of them all. The Ram 3500 isn't just reliable, it's a rolling legend. At the heart of it is the famous Cummins diesel, an engine so robust it's been known to power trucks past 2 million miles. That's not exaggeration. That's documented reality. Consider Howard Clayton's 2000 Ram 3500. He drove it for 2.6 million miles. Yes, you heard that right. 2.6 million. The engine was overhauled once at 2 million miles, and then it just kept going. Most trucks are lucky to be running at 200,000. The Ram 3500 laughs at numbers like that. This truck isn't just built to work. It's built to outwork everyone and everything. With towing capacities over 35,000 pounds in newer models, the Ram 3500 is more industrial equipment than pickup truck. But what sets it apart is its ability to keep doing that job year after year, decade after decade, without flinching. The Ram 3500 doesn't retire when you do. It keeps hauling, towing, and rolling long after the odometer stops looking real. If you want the definition of a truck that can outlive you, this is it. The undisputed endurance champ of them all. So there you have it. 13 pickup trucks that could easily outlast you, your driveway, and maybe even your patience. From Toyota's bulletproof Tundras and Tacomas to Ram's million-mile Cummins diesels, these machines prove that some trucks aren't built for fashion. They're built for forever. Which of these would you trust to still be running decades from now? Drop your pick in the comments, hit subscribe for more deep dives into the vehicles that matter, and share this with someone who thinks trucks don't last anymore, because some of them will, long after we're gone.